What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Breakdown Podcast. I'm the host, Anthony Cav. Wes just secured his first UFC contract after his performance on the Dana White Contender Series. We talked about his experience on the Dana White Contender Series, his upcoming fight, his thoughts on the current state of the middleweight division of the UFC, and much, much more. This was a great conversation with a great dude, so without any further ado, let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Wesley Schultz. Wes Schultz, how are we doing, my man? After that, coming off this big win, got the next fight set up already. How are we feeling?
Oh man, not too shabby. Sort of my first couple weeks of camp.
Yeah, and
Getting
how's
back
that
into
going
it.
for you?
Oh, great.
Yeah,
You just feel like shit 24/7, man.
yeah, right, right.
Just beat.
So a lot of guys, I mean, for the most part, I'd say people do it, try to follow the same plan when they're cutting. But how do you cut when you're in camp?
I mean, I don't really worry about it till like probably a couple weeks before. I mean, I'm not huge. Um, but as long as I eat pretty well through camp and then like the week before the fight, start eating real light, kind of try to clear your guts from because you always have like 5 to 10 pounds of like just random stuff in your intestines. If you can try to just lighten that up a little bit, it always puts you within at least puts me in striking distance
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
of weight. And then ideally I wait until the last second to start cutting water. And once I start it, I'm not stopping until I'm on weight.
yeah, yeah. So you just kind of white knuckling it, toughing it out at that last couple days.
Well, if you start, I mean, I don't start cutting water until like the day before, the night before maybe,
Okay.
and maybe I'll get like a little bit off, and then I mean, depending on when the weigh-in is, like I fought down in Indiana where I have to get down to weight in Milwaukee and then drive to Southern Indiana, and I'm just dying in the back of the van.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yes.
mean? And it fucking that sucks because you got to hold it. But the UFC is really good. You weigh in usually at like 9 or 10. And so I'll just get up at like 4 and I might have 15 pounds to go. Just no big deal. Because you're only suffering for like 6, 7 hours versus if you're like watching your water for multiple days, that drains you. And it just mentally sucks.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous as well. We've seen that happen, obviously. Uh,
Bro. I mean, I'd say a lot of that is for either people fighting too low, um, and people suck at it.
yeah,
Uh, a lot of people don't come from like a grappling background to where they've made weight hundreds of times in their life.
right.
Um, they don't know how to do it. There's guys that are like top of the sport, top of the echelon, but maybe they came from a different sport or
Mm.
just wasn't part of like whatever combat sport they were doing. Um, and there can be guys that have like 20 pro fights and they've cut weight 20 times. Like that's not a lot.
Yeah,
There's freshmen in high school who've never wrestled in their lives.
right.
Halfway through the season, they've cut weight as many times as you know what I mean.
Yeah, right. No, of course. And there's a whole science behind that. I mean, of course, even casual fans know that, but there's definitely a whole entire. I mean, people have teams dedicated to weight cutting, and I noticed you said in one of your recent, I think it was the recent post fight presser, you talked about you were excited getting into that UFC Performance Institute, and I know they're very big on that. So how's that been? Have you been up there at all?
I should have. I probably spent too much time hunting. I didn't fly out to Vegas. I got to fly out there if I want to go see it because I live in Milwaukee,
Yeah.
and I did want to get out there, but life moves fast. I didn't get the chance. I'm pumped up to go check out the Mexican PI when I'm out there. I think they
Right.
got one in Mexico City.
Right, right. Yeah,
Um,
and in Mexico City it's at altitude, right? We're talking like 7,000 feet.
yeah, like 70. I think it's a little higher than 7,000.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. So how are you worried about that at all for the fight or
Man,
no?
interesting is that you use that for the instead of sucking. That's a good.
Yeah.
You use that word well. Yeah, I mean, I got to get out there early. Um, I'll go out there probably a couple weeks early because I went to school in Laramie, Wyoming for a semester,
Okay.
and that's around the same altitude.
Right, right.
And I went out there in decent shape. Went for my first like 2 mile run, and that was just dying. You know what I mean? A
Yeah.
fit 20-year-old just fucking dying after like jogging 2 miles. So like I'm not underestimating the altitude.
Yeah. Yeah, the altitude, I think that's the biggest thing is they talk about like in professional sports, any Denver teams, they have that like advantage over a lot of guys
That's a
that
huge advantage.
yeah, right, right. So yeah, man, talk to me about this upcoming fight. What do you think stylistically? I know he's more of a striker. And what do you think about this whole matchup?
I like it. I think it's gonna be exciting for as long as we can make it exciting. I mean, it's at altitude. If we
Yeah.
start burning gas, I don't think it's gonna be that long of a fight. Ideally, one of us puts the other one out before we're just gasping and trying our best to flail our limbs at each other.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But he's like a methodical, kind of by the book striker.
Mhm,
Um, good power. I don't think he hits as hard as my first contender series guy,
mhm,
but I mean, it looks like he hits heavy.
mhm.
But I mean, I don't watch too much film for the most part. Like I've
Okay.
probably watched, I think I watched a couple of his fights, and besides that, my coaches will just go in and we have other points that we're working on and other specifics. But you also don't want to game plan too much because a fight never really goes to plan. At least if it's like a competitive fight for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. A lot of guys, well, I wouldn't say a lot of guys, but I know I've heard guys say that, there's definitely two different schools of thought as far as some guys like to like obsess over picking apart their opponents, and other guys are just like kind of like what you said, like, it's almost like it can even sabotage you in a way because if you're expecting one thing and then you just don't get that at all, it can almost throw your game plan out the window.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I find the best way to prepare for someone is just to be better than them,
Yeah.
honestly.
You're
If you
right.
just if you just working hard and you're just better than them when you walk in, it helps.
Yeah. And what like what do you think as far as just being better than a guy? What do you think your biggest assets are, like intangible assets? Like do you think you have a certain level of toughness that a lot of guys just don't have right now?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. Tend to try to go around problems instead of through them,
Okay.
but I mean, I've definitely taken some ass whoopings before where I've seen people fold in that same scenario, but that's kinda like a that's not even like a plan B, that's like a plan C or D. Like, if you're
Yeah.
relying on your toughness, that's things have gone terribly wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it's definitely it's a promotion full of guys that are all pretty tough at the outset. I mean, I think you could say
I
the
mean, yeah, and that's been a thing for, like, the last 7 years I've been doing this, like,
Mhm,
just developing my skills, instead of just, like, wrestling
mhm,
because, you can win a lot of amateur fights and a few pro fights just with like college wrestling and some decent striking, just minor striking. But like eventually you get to the level of everyone can defend takedowns, everyone gets back up, everyone will stand and trade. No one's afraid to get hit,
mhm.
and that's like when it really becomes almost more like a chess match. I don't know. People always say that. I hate using that cliche, but there's a lot of tough guys that once they meet another tough guy that actually knows what they're doing, it's game over, man.
Yeah. And what's your thoughts on that? Like, I know, especially wrestlers in the UFC, a lot of them just like to take it to the ground, of course, because, I mean, in my opinion, at least, and I know you're a wrestler as well, so you
Yeah.
can maybe speak a little more to it, is like wrestling is definitely one of the more practical, MMA tools. I think, you can really rely on wrestling in any scenario, of any type of mixed martial art fight. So do you think there are guys that are genuinely willing to stand there and trade, even though they have that wrestling, or do you think some guys are honestly they're kind of scared of standing and trading, they don't want to?
I mean, there's definitely guys that'll stand in the trade despite having sweet wrestling.
Mhm.
One's fighting this month.
Right? Yeah,
Fucking Justin Gaethje.
yeah, Gaethje and Pimble. That's gonna be a
Have you seen the meme where he like goes for like a takedown, like does like a backwards somersault? It's like
right. Yeah, I know.
he's allergic to wrestling. He
Yeah,
can't.
right, right. Yeah, no, Gaethje. I mean, well, I want to get your thoughts because you guys will be fighting. I mean, the last day in February, so it'll be almost a month after this Gaethje Pimblett fight. What are you thinking about this Gaethje Pimblett fight?
Man, I'm pumped up. I'm a
Yeah,
fan. I mean, oh, it'd be sweet if it was happening not in my camp, man. I'd be at the
right.
pub fucking screaming at the
Yeah,
TV. But instead I'll probably be watching it at work or something.
yeah, yeah.
In between making drinks, I'll be, like, watching it, peeking down, freaking
Yeah.
out. My customers will be like, "What's he looking at, man?"
So do you, so I wanted to ask, so for just for the people that don't know, you are a bartender.
I
Uh,
am, I am.
and so do your regulars, do they know that you are a UFC fighter as well?
Some of them, some of
Yeah.
them.
Does it just come up in conversation or how does that
I
happen?
mean, usually it's someone else coming up and saying something for the most
Yeah.
part. Or, like, if I show up and I have, like, a up face or something,
Yeah.
then it's I gotta say something. Or sometimes I can make up, like, a weird story.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, that's got to be a crazy life. So you're bartending and you're in Milwaukee, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, do you like? I'm sure they're going to be playing a lot of these fights at the bar.
Dude, there's the spot my weekend spot's kind of like it's not fine dining, but it's fancier,
Okay.
very
Okay.
Instagram friendly, you know what I
Okay.
mean? The phone eats first.
Yeah.
I'll have my button-up black shirt with, the gravy hanging out.
Now, did you
It's
used to bartend anywhere that was this rowdy before?
yeah, in college I did, and I bounced there too.
Okay.
And but man, being in a restaurant is way better. You don't get spit on or cursed at or
Right.
hit. It's you know what I mean, you're home earlier.
Yeah.
It's way nicer. But I mean, there's a certain charm to just being in like a greasy hole in the wall too.
Yeah, you've had experience wrestling, and fighting, like actual technically skilled guys that are really good fighters. But you also sounds like you've had experience fighting guys that are not actual fighters. Does that so fighting guys that aren't actually fighters? Of course, you're going to have the vast upper hand. But
Well,
was
you
there
just gotta
anybody?
move them. It's not like a fight. If someone gets rowdy, you don't think of it as a fight. Think of it as like herding like a sheep or something. You know what I
So
mean?
none of these guys were like, kind of trying to fight you back or anything. It was kind of just like,
Well, I mean, people. I mean, when I bounced, I mean, the big thing is you can't go if you go striking patrons, like
right, right,
you were going to
right.
jail.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, I mean, even if someone like if you're removing someone, they kind of hit you. Like, I don't know what that's kind of part of the job. Like, I've never like went them up, and then
yeah.
you'd be on camera. You know what I mean?
So you never had to take it there with a
I
guy.
mean, I've had to like break up huge fights, but usually you just go for the like whoever is in the middle of it. You pick them up and start walking towards the door with them. The whole fight just follows them
Yeah,
out.
right. And then I
Well,
guess
one
once
time
it's
I did
outside.
that after they hosted the Division III wrestling championships for the NCAA's in lacrosse, and there was a buckling brawl between. I didn't know it was like two teams, but it was. I picked one guy up. I got hands on by like probably 4 or 5 different guys around me, and they're all strong. I'm like, what is going? Like these guys know what they're doing. And I was thinking, oh, they're all wrestling this weekend. They're all also big dudes. So I mean, that was fun. But once again, you just throw them outside, and it's not your business anymore. And
Right.
everyone will go follow. Like if you grab the troublemaker, and
Yeah, yeah,
everyone follows them.
right. And like you said, it's not your problem anymore once it's outside those doors.
And they don't want problems with you. Like you're on neither side. But if you're just moving with where it's taking place.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I'm not far from WVU, West Virginia University, and it's a huge, huge party school. And yeah, I mean, it's every time you go out, it's not rowdy per se, but every time you go out, you're gonna see somebody getting bounced out. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So there were times, I mean, it was just like they had to like, shut down like DJ gets on the mic and he's like, all right, we're shutting it down for the night. Like,
yeah.
guys getting bounced. So,
I mean, it's
so
funny. I mean, it costs the venue a shitload of money. I'm sure selling drinks and stuff, but man, you got to feel for people that are just acting like that the next day. They got to wake up feeling like, oh my god, what the did I do last night?
Right, dude. Yeah, no, it's gotten rowdy for sure. And I always wondered too, like, Like the bouncing, man. I mean, I guess, if you're making good money off it, and it's something, of course, you're already doing. You're wrestling, so I mean, it's something that you actually have a skill set in. It's not, probably doesn't bother you too much, but
I mean, I
there's
always felt like I was at a disadvantage because it's more of like a speaking job than anything.
really,
Oh
really
yeah, man. If you can just convince someone to just walk out the door, like
okay.
that's
Yeah,
I mean, if you put your hands on too many people, eventually someone's gonna come back.
yeah, yeah.
And you'll see it in the news. Someone got killed, I think, right down the street from where I worked after I left that
Jeez.
job.
And now, where was this at?
It was in Wisconsin.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. That's so you
It was
guys
a
have.
it was a different city in Wisconsin, but I guess since I said someone just got killed, I'm probably not gonna say the city now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
was just wondering
that
if you
city gets
guys.
bad enough press as it is. Not Milwaukee though. It was not Milwaukee.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, so I mean, speaking of which, by the way, you got in Wisconsin. Are you a Green Bay fan?
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch them. I mean, you're kind of forced to.
Yeah,
I went to
right.
school in Minnesota for a year, and the first thing I hear is like, "Oh, you're from Wisconsin? Fuck Packers." Like, hey, oh, you too.
Yeah, right. You're just taking their side just because that's.
It, yeah, I mean, you're forced to. It's like I mean, the geography gives you no options.
Yeah, so talk to me about growing up in Wisconsin and how you got into wrestling originally.
Growing up in Wisconsin's just man, it's hard to explain. It's the same as a lot of Midwestern spots, but I mean, it's a little different. Um, Big boozing culture, obviously.
Mm.
Uh, but I suppose a lot of different places have that. I got into wrestling though just in middle school. I think I tried it once as a youth. I think I thought it was gay or something. I hated it, and I started doing it in like eighth grade and just liked it and just kept doing it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I was playing football at the time, and they'd like bring the high school wrestlers around to the youth football people and be like, "Oh my god, this is how you get good at football. Is you
Yeah.
wrestle."
Yeah, so take me, so you have a pretty solid high school career, of course, and then you pick, and talk to me how you chose the college you ended up landing at.
I kind of bounced around. I went to Rochester first. That was in Minnesota. Then they were banned from nationals that year because someone, I think the year before, had like they dropped down to below full time, but then wrestled a match, and then they told the coach, which was just dumb. So that got a banned, and so then a coach was like, "Well, you and JCAA, we're gonna go to like the NWCA nationals, which is like club nationals. That's what Tony Ferguson wrestled.
Oh, okay.
And so we went there that year, and then the NJCAA was like, "Well, you guys, you did the nationals. You're still banned another year."
Yeah.
Uh, and so then I transferred to a different junior college, Iowa Lakes, in Western Iowa, Northwestern Iowa. I don't want to say the middle of nowhere, but it was out there.
Yeah.
Then I completed my eligibility out there, got my AA, transferred to Wyoming for a semester, and that was a bit far from home. I kind of missed Wisconsin, so I transferred to lacrosse at Wisconsin lacrosse at the semester, and that's where I was like, this is my fourth school. This is what I'm finishing.
Yeah.
I'm not transferring anymore. I'm sick of the paperwork.
I know.
Graduated from there then.
Yeah. So at what point did you start thinking that MMA was a realistic future?
I, I don't know. I mean, I never really watched it. I guess I started training like my fifth year college. So like maybe like November, maybe October of like 2018.
Okay.
Uh, then after a few months, because we had an alumni that was a pretty prominent regional fighter. He's like, "Hey man, come on in." And I was kind of hooked when I first started doing it. And then I fought that April. So it was in April of 2019. I was like, damn, I'm kind of into this.
Yeah.
And I just got hit up by my now coach. He was like, hey man, like if you want to, you got the credentials and you don't seem too bad, you could like come on down and maybe make a go at it. and I had nothing else I wanted to do. So I just got a job in Milwaukee and moved down here, started training.
Yeah. Yeah, and then of course you have like what do you have 10 pro fights now under your belt?
Shit, yeah. And
Yeah.
another 7 or 8 amateur fights.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. So and then you get how many fights deep were you into your pro career before you got that first contender series call?
I think I was 6-1 at the time.
Okay. Okay. And
In
then
2024 in like April. 'Cause it was a few weeks after my last LFA fight. And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's in August." And I was like, "Fuck, that's like I'm gonna be thinking about this for like 4 to 5 months now."
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's gonna be hanging over my head all summer. It's
Yeah.
nice when you get fights and it's like exactly 8 weeks. Or on the regional scene, even if it's 2 or 3 weeks, it's like perfect.
Yeah.
Just go get it done.
Yeah, and DWCS is kind of weird because it's not like it's it's fought at the Apex, correct?
Oh yeah, man. It's quiet as hell.
Right, right. So it's quiet. It's not as, it's not as obviously fanfare and you don't really have like walkouts per
No,
se.
yeah, no, you have no music. They don't like announce you and nothing. They just walk out, walk out. I was like, let's get it on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so talk to me about that first fight and what did you learn from that first DWCS fight?
Man, move my head a little more. That was a good one. Although we fought at the end of the card, which is not my favorite. Um, you're just waiting around. I saw some kid get nuked.
Hmm.
Like first or second fight on the card, just started. And I was like, holy, and that sucks. And like there's TVs and stuff in this, so you're seeing people just get destroyed.
Right, right.
But I
So
mean,
I was just saying, I always wonder that. What are you guys doing since you're at the end of the card? What are you guys doing in that room, like other than watching the fights? You just staying on your feet, or
yeah, I mean, I like to get a good warm up earlier in the day. And like wrestling, it's like called like getting your first match of the day out of the way. You want your warm up to be like your first match.
okay,
Um, some people don't do that, but I think most people that come from like American wrestling do something like that. And since I mean I was on the end of the card, I didn't really have to start warming up till maybe like 20 minutes before maybe like the last match or two, and they run them, you know, right off the bat, which I'm used to because they do that in like regional promotions. But I think for UFC shows, they have a you kind of have like a small window in which you're probably gonna walk out in.
mhm.
And if something's like a fast finish, I think they probably just fill it with commercials or
Yeah,
talking
right,
or something. You know what I mean?
right.
There's no surprises, and they can like use the whole air time. But the Dana Whites, that's they run them back to back to back. So if
That's
you're
crazy.
not warmed up, and then there's two quick finishes, we got to
Yeah,
get out there.
right. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting piece. I think a lot of people don't think about that. And I know tough is 2 rounds. And what is it the same thing as
Dana White's is a see tough exhibition fights technically.
right?
Dana White's they're on your record.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're on your record, and it's considered its own promotion. Like if you go on Tapology, you spend much time on that?
That's where I do most of my research at. But it
Yeah,
doesn't list all the
it'll
profiles.
you'll see like this is your LFA record, this is your like you know country buzz,
Yeah.
Cajun a buzz. I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's your record for that league, and then like there's your Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah.
So it's its own promotion.
Oh, so it's okay. So it's not
It's its own separate entity.
okay. Okay, that's interesting too. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you're using like a lot of the UFC stuff and like interacting with all the staff, but it's its own
Hmm.
thing.
That's pretty cool.
And
That's
I'm sure a lot of those people have to go work doing UFC stuff the rest of the year.
yeah.
But I mean, that's like 10 fight weeks in a row for those people that gotta make that happen.
Right, right.
Like
Oh
back
yeah,
to back
right.
to back to back to back.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm not even sure if you could disclose this, but what is like do they I mean surely they pay you for the DWCS, but is it equivalent to like what you'd get for like another LFA or something?
It's better than most. I mean, I've never even been played close to that on the regional scene. Although you're fighting, you can be fighting UFC level guys.
Right, right, right.
I mean, I'm not gonna take. that money to go fight Mansoor again.
Yeah.
Not not fighting that for what I got for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Also, I mean, it sucks because there's no chance of bonuses, which there shouldn't be because it's not a UFC fight, it's a
mhm.
contender series fight. But it's like if I would have done that stretch on a actual
Yeah,
show,
right, on an actual card.
you know what I mean? I'd be
So
yeah.
so so that's actually I wanna get into that. So you hit that insane submission. It's only been done, I think it said 3 times in UFC history. And one time, or the most recent time, it happened on the same exact card. It was
Yeah, there was
Aljamain.
2. And
Yeah,
Zabit
it
was it
was,
Aljamain and Zabit?
yes, it was the beat, and it was, and then Aljamain were the 2, uh, on there. So since it was on DWCS, is it gonna be considered a UFC?
Nope.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
I mean, that's just that's how it is.
Yeah,
But I mean, that is definitely that's a risky way to just I mean get into the UFC because you're either in or out. Um, you know, I mean, you're fighting UFC caliber guys,
right. It's
which
yeah,
there's so many of them now. I feel like now you just they just pick the ones they like because
yeah,
there's so many good people now. You know, there's only 600-700 roster spots and so many people doing the sport.
right.
Uh, which is why I was blessed I was able to go on there and then get selected. Oh, yeah, because you can also get a UFC spot by just getting fed to the wolves too,
Right, right. That's
um,
true.
which I've known people that have gone and done that, but you gotta go take your lumps first.
Yeah,
But you that first paycheck is a UFC paycheck, um, you know, bonus chances, you know, you're signed into that contract, so you're getting another fight even if your first one sucks.
yeah, yeah. And I know after that first fight, I believe Dana came up to you and kind of gave you some words of encouragement.
Yeah,
Um,
I kinda remember that, that was sweet. Um,
yeah, yeah,
but but yeah,
and,
I was kinda beat up at that time, I was like, "Was that man what boss, man?"
yeah, right. You're looking over and it's
I was like,
Dana.
"What the man? What's going on?"
Yeah. So have you had any conversations outside of that with him at all?
Just when, I think I shook his hand after I got my contract.
Yeah, right. That was, I mean, what was that? I mean, you knew, of course, you were going to get that contract, but what was that like actually?
I mean, I had to still act surprised, but I was like, I have to get that contract.
Right.
There's no way."
Yeah. Yeah, man. And now that people know your name from that, especially, going into this fight, do you almost feel like there's a little more pressure? Like you gotta put on a show?
Maybe, I just had a dude message me on Instagram, "I'm gonna bet a lot of money on you, so you better win, faggot."
Did you respond?
Yeah, he sent it in, like, December, but I just saw it because it'll be, like, you know, my Instagram messages will be, like, a dozen people sending me memes and blasting my inbox, and then there'll be
Yeah.
messages below it, like, that's why it took me a while to see your message too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, "This is gold, but I won't let you down."
That's hilarious, dude. Yeah.
It
So,
is.
so, so do you respond to like a lot of the people that do reach out to you, like fans?
I try
Yeah,
to,
that's
and some
hilarious.
of it's just, like, shit talking from, like, other side of the world, it's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, once you hit that UFC, I mean, so what did that do for like your socials and everything once you got that submission win? Was it like a big jump?
I think it doubled, which I thought it was gonna be a little more because of most of my friends that got on Dana White's contender series, usually the followers will go from, like, 1 to 5,000.
Oh wow.
Mine went from, like, 13 to, like, I think 2,500,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I was
That's
like,
still
"Damn,
cool.
that's a fucking viral thing too." That kinda surprised me.
Hmm.
Maybe those idiots were buying followers, who knows?
Yeah, that's true too. That's
Uh,
true too.
but then the guys that get on, you know, just signed randomly, unless they have like a crazy fight. Usually their socials don't really go up or anything because no one knows. You know what I mean? Going into the UFC with like the show of being like contender series behind you, and especially being on twice.
Right.
So like you, it's the you know that's a huge benefit of that show is getting your name out there versus just like a Instagram you know post or something like that. Someone just scrolls by.
Right. And when guys, and like you kind of said, like a random, they're not necessarily random, but they're kind of random sometimes, guys that get signed. When you see stuff like that, are you kind of knowing, okay, this guy is kind of there to be the lamb sent to the slaughter?
It depends. I mean, rule of thumb, I feel like yes, and it depends how far out they are. If it's within the week, it could be anything. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
That's why that win over the Wellmaker, that was a
Oh, yeah,
crazy
yeah, yeah,
because
right.
that was totally supposed to be a lamb.
Right.
But you know what I mean? You got a guy who just fought the week before, so he's in shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe boozed for a couple days afterwards, but who doesn't?
Yeah.
But still, that's not going to take away the fucking
Yeah.
the weeks of work he already put in, so he was already in shape.
Right. Right. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean that was a crazy upset,
that
and
was
you'll see
wild.
that. But usually, if someone's they're getting fed, unless it was like someone from like maybe like a double cage warriors champ or something to
Mm,
where
right. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was wild, but like the one I saw, and this wasn't random, of course, but was a huge step down was the Mutino and O'Malley fight, if you remember that one. Uh,
oh yeah,
right.
I do. He's gonna be on the card with me
Oh,
in
is he on
September.
this upcoming card?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't see that. Okay.
well, well,
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I think they gave him a more winnable fight. They've just been uh, giving him the ringer.
Yeah, dude, I mean, he got his head boxed off by
It's
O'Malley.
like, well, yeah, and then they gave him two real tough ones after, which they're all tough in the UFC, but some are tougher than others.
Right, right. Yeah,
Fights.
yeah.
It's like, damn. I hope they don't love me like that.
But I mean, Chris has been successful outside of the UFC, so I mean, it's not
He's been
necessarily
kicking ass,
right,
but
right.
all his UFC fights they've given him a
Yeah, yeah.
pretty tough.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that's kind of, with Michael Chandler, of course, he was pretty, popular coming into the UFC, but they kind of fed him to the wolves as well coming in.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he was a wolf himself too, and a little bit past. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was a
When
little,
when it's like a physical specimen like that, and that's like kind of what that's your fighting style is being a monster. Like the second you start falling off, I feel like it's like a cliff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, when that's like your main shtick is being like you said, is a physical specimen. Yeah, when you get older and you start to lose that, it definitely, if you don't have a lot to rely on, it's rough.
Like look at Silva when he got older. Like, he's a
Right.
slippery son of a bitch,
Yeah.
cunning and like just crazy skillful. I mean, probably physically gifted too, but he was able to just keep it going, even farther past his physical prime.
Right. Yeah. And as far as you'll be fighting in middleweight, correct? Still.
Oh yeah,
And what do you think about the current the state of the middleweight division?
I had to think about who the champion was.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
that's I'm not talking any shit out of it.
I mean,
Uh,
I feel like it hit a huge spike, a huge peak, obviously during the whole Izzy losing that first title defense and however long it was,
Izzy,
5 years.
Sean, and Driscus, like they all fought each other for like what, like a year and a half, 2 years. That was
Yeah.
great.
Right,
That
right,
was
DDP.
great.
Yeah, and
I was screaming at the TV at those fights.
yeah,
I mean, and then before he had like a stranglehold on it. Those were all for the most part. I mean, it was entertaining enough for me, at least watching.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, and the DDP and Sean fights were obviously crazy, but like I feel like Sean he didn't get exposed because like he's still entertaining to watch. He's still crazy, but like I think people are starting to get a little bored with that. You know what I mean? That like that
Jab
Philly
heap,
shell.
yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, everyone. You should have. Do you train at all?
not really. No, 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 no.
Man, you should have been in an MMA gym
Yeah,
the day after Sean did that because
yeah, I'm sure it took.
every single person, it was every single last one from
Yeah,
the moms in Toyo kickboxing
yeah,
up to people in the UFC. They were all doing that. They were all trying it out.
yeah.
Just like after McGregor did the shoulder
Right.
thing.
Yeah, the shoulder strikes.
I haven't been struck with a shoulder since probably 2022.
Yeah,
But in 2021, you were
yeah,
getting shouldered the whole year.
yeah,
You couldn't get
yeah.
away from it. I stayed off the wall half a year.
Right.
I wouldn't go by the wall because the people would be trying to shoulder strike.
And do you think so what do you consider that like a Philly shell almost?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. I mean, adapted. It's an adaptation of a Philly shell.
Yeah.
Is what Peter Jackson made the Lord of the Rings? No, but
Yeah.
it's a fair adaptation of it. It
I
gets
guess
the
that's a good
gist
way
of
to
it.
put it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's I mean he's gonna have to rely on his boxing, of course, more than anything. So I understand it, but yeah, man. I mean the middleweight division, nonetheless, still has. I think Nasruddin is gonna have to get the title shot sooner or later, and of course we got Kamzat, but I feel like there's always something coming up with him. But you definitely got some names, and then we got Izzy got announced, right?
Who's he fighting? I think he
I don't know.
did get.
I thought I saw he either got announced or he was going to. I can't remember who it was, but it'd be interesting to even see him versus Costa. I mean, that'd be a cool fight. Um,
Run it back.
yeah. I mean, who else does he get at this point? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like but yeah.
Man, I can't really think. Um, Aliyah and Hernandez, I feel like shook up the top 10 so much. I'm thinking of like the classic, top 10 middleweight guys, and it's like, are they even in it anymore?
Yeah, no, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't really. I mean, you got what's his name, Brandon Allen. He's middle, right?
He ruined the possibility of DDP versus Aliyah, and that
Right, right, right.
that broke my heart.
Yeah.
I want to see that matchup so badly.
And he lost to, was it, I believe, I don't know. Did you watch the UFC Paris
Strickland a
card
while ago,
2024?
huh?
The Paris card, UFC Paris card 2024?
Was
It was Nasruddin was on
Gain
it.
on it? Oh,
Moicano was on it with Benoit. But yeah, Brandon Allen was on that card. So the middleweights they got some guys for sure. But if you could get a crack at the top 10, is there anybody you would like to see in these next couple fights, assuming you go on a little win streak?
yeah, I mean, I'd have to look at them all fight and see who's, looking to suck the most, probably.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
trying to set me up here for?
Well, I was just thinking stylistically, like
Oh,
what you think.
stylistically?
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like fighting maybe Hernandez, but I mean, he's gonna drown me.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I
I
mean,
mean, I
it's
don't think I'd be afraid of getting beat up, but
mm,
uh later second, third period, I don't know who's, his that's his big thing, right? Cardio, just
right,
drowning people.
right. Yeah.
Maybe
I
I'll
mean,
sing a different tune after I go to the 7,000 feet training camp.
yeah,
But I mean, that's the worst way to get beaten.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Uh, well, maybe not the worst way. I mean, getting starched is the worst way. But
Well, I mean, you could speak a little bit about it. Like people that don't understand that relentless cardio, like the Poiriers, the Marabs,
oh
what's that
yeah,
like?
it's they say drowning, and there's a reason. Everyone says that. There's a reason that's the cliche because that's exactly what it is.
Hmm.
Uh, it just makes a coward of you, and your technique goes to and it's like a feedback loop to where it'll you're breathing up and then you're even more tired and then you're throwing with like you're doing inefficient things, making poor choices when you just get swarmed like that, and things just fall apart.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, we've seen that's why I said I was just watching the Marab fight, whoever was last month. I was like, dude, I feel like he was trying to put on a show because I feel like that cardio, dude, if you could put a pace on people and like you said, just kind of drown them, overwhelm them. I mean, you see world-class fighters literally start fighting like they don't even remember how to throw
And yeah,
punches.
that's the thing. They're not thinking. They can't think. The brain's not getting oxygen.
Yeah, right, right. So, hey, man, just to wrap it up a little bit here, I wanted to ask a couple fun questions. The first one I wanted to ask was, you have Sean Strickland went on JRE and he said that he thought fighting was a common man sport. Do you agree with that?
For now, yes.
Hmm.
Basketball used to be a common man sport. Uh, and you hear it's like getting kids into AAU and shit is like thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, look at Armin Sarukian.
Oh
He's
yeah,
got the money. You know what I mean? He's
yeah,
loaded, which I don't hate him for. Um, even look at what like money does for like a time and money. You can learn a craft.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it still is, and like wrestling's big in the Midwest for being like common. Everyone does it.
yeah,
It's very accessible.
yeah,
But I mean, as soon as something becomes popular and you can monetize it, like easier, I feel like it starts to get out of reach a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean,
Um,
as far as, like, the actual, like,
oh,
more
you mean the actual fan base?
no, well, I meant, like, more along the lines of, like, say people say, like, you have to be in the top 0.0001% of athletes to make it to the NFL or so on and so forth. I think he was kinda
Oh,
making the point of yeah, like
hell no, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I barely knew this sport existed before I was 22.
yeah,
Go do that with the NFL or the
right.
NBA or something, unless you're insanely gifted.
Mhm. So you kinda agree with that. It's more of, like, something you can just work hard and make it to?
Yeah, no one in the NFL is going to work, uh, before they go to practice. They're not swinging a hammer
Right.
all day or
Right.
driving a forklift or working at Denny's or doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Most UFC fighters have jobs outside the,
Really?
yeah.
You would say most of them?
I mean, if you're sticking around for like multiple contracts, maybe not. I mean, if you don't, you should. I mean, training only takes up so much time.
Right. Right.
Uh, like my job doesn't really interfere with my training at all. Although, I mean, I guess bartending is different than some things, but yeah, I mean, for sure, the vast majority of pro fighters, but I'd say, I mean, maybe not most. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, maybe no.
But a
I'd say at
large
least fifty-one
number, a
percent.
large number.
If I had to bet, if I was a betting man,
Yeah.
if you held a gun to my head, is at least 50% have like another job? Probably. Now that could
That's
be,
crazy.
that could be coaching.
Right.
That could be something where you're already in the gym,
Mhm.
doing privates and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. And I guess my follow-up question for that is, if it is a common man sport, you've clearly made it to the top level of it. If there was another sport that you thought you could go pro in or had the best chance, what would it be?
I mean, if I had to do it from when I was young, maybe
Yeah.
like baseball, because I had a really good my school was really good at baseball. I mean, I wasn't that good at baseball, but I mean, if you like did the lessons and stuff,
Hmm.
or maybe golf.
Yeah.
I think golf's a sport where even like if you today said, I'm gonna I'm gonna like take out a loan, not work, I'm just gonna fucking golf 8 hours a day the next 5 years, I think
Yeah.
you'd probably be like a low level pro.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because they actually did it. There was a guy who he kind of liquidated all of his assets basically. You can look it up as crazy, and he dedicated like 8 years like there or something crazy like that of his life to trying to become a PGA Tour level golfer, which is the highest level.
Yes.
And he didn't reach it because it was like the 10,000 hours paradox. He didn't reach it, but he was like a very, very, very high level golfer, but like you said, like a low level pro. Um, so
Which
that's an
is funny
interesting.
because that's how much work he did to be a low level pro in golf. A low level MMA pro is fighting every 2 weeks for child support money.
Yeah. Right.
Taking it's like, all right, we got a guy who's he's young, he's good amateur. We just need a guy to get in the jump around in the ring with him. That's what low level MMA pros are doing.
Yeah, that's
We give you
wild.
$550, a bottle of Jim Beam, send you back on you. We got a bus ticket to get you here.
Now that's crazy. So I hear like jokes about that. Do they actually sometimes just give him like a bottle of liquor or something as well?
Paid a lot of cash and a bottle of liquor.
Dude, that is hilarious. That is crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think that was actually in the deal. I got done with my fight. I was like, "Hey, where's the beer stand?" They're like, "Well, you were the last person on the card, but we still got this left." It's like,
yeah.
"Give me that. Give me my money. Time to
That
go
is
home."
hilarious. So how did you before we wrap up here? Great way to segue into this. I forgot to ask, how did you get the nickname Party Time?
My coaches gave it to me, and I was like, "Okay, that's cool."
I got you,
Most of
man.
the nicknames are something dumb, like it's like you put the words like pitbull, gorilla, a color,
Yeah.
and then maybe like a different adjective into like a random generator, and
Yeah.
that's like people's nicknames. It's stupid.
Yeah,
Uh,
right, dude.
but yeah, I don't know. They gave me that, and I was like, hell yeah, I can roll with this.
Yeah, Party Time's pretty badass, dude.
I'll
Party.
lean into this.
Yeah, right. Well, my man, hey, I think that wraps it up for today. That's all I got. Is there anything else you want to say before we hop off here?
Not too much. I
Yeah,
get
man.
back to cleaning my house.
I got you. I
I
got
had a
you.
long December. Didn't touch it. Didn't do. Was off every weekend, and now it's time to pay the piper.
I got you. I got you, man. Hey, well, thank you so much for sitting down and taking the time with me. I wish you the best of luck on this upcoming fight card, and I'll be watching, man. So there it was, guys. That was the Wesley Schultz interview. It got cut a little bit short, but nonetheless, pretty much finished it out right there. So yeah, that was it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys next time.